Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day. This slide or this video is dedicated to MOF 663 Islamic Finance on the topic of Sukuk market. So I divide this topic into a few parts, which is to make the video shorter and more focused. All right. So the first video is focused on the definition and the Sukuk itself before we go into any further. All right. So Sukuk itself, Sukuk is actually come from the word sak. Sak is actually a certificate. Sukuks come from the word sak. Sak is actually equal to certificate, or in other words, it is a sijil. Alright. So basically, sukuk market is a selling a sak or selling a certificate around. So basically, before you learn this topic, you need to understand that sukuk is actually an Islamic bond. Most of you already learned in other subject. The main difference between bond and sukuk is bond is for conventional and sukuk is for Islamic. If it is for conventional, of course, it's going to involve interest or riba. While sukuk, because it is an Islamic compliance, it cannot involve any interest or riba, right? So again, this is actually this topic is on the market of the sukuk itself or or in conventional, it is the bond itself. Okay, so I proceed. This is what you need to know or the lesson objective of this topic. Okay, so this is the coverage of the topic. I just proceed with this. Okay, so first thing first, the definition. As mentioned earlier, Sukuk is a certificate of equal value representing undivided share in ownership of tangible asset, use of fraud, service, and asset, particularly project or special investment activity. In other words, actually, this is a certificate of equal value. The value itself. Okay. Sukuk is certificate that represent the value of an asset. Right. So guys, as I mentioned earlier, Sukuk is equal to conventional bond. Okay, so again, by the concept of accounting, asset is equal to liability plus equity. Am I right? Okay, so again, if it is bond, it is just based on debt. So it is here. If it is bond, it's just based on debt. It is here, and debt is helped to finance asset. Right. So this is the concept of bond. Right. While Sukuk Okay, while Sukuk, it is also the concept similar to bond, but it is based on the ownership part. You see, when you based on the Sharia contract that we are going to use, a lot of Sharia contract can be applied to Sukuk actually, right? So by right, it is based on the concept of this equity as a help for the company to purchase their asset or to finance their project or whatever it is. Uh, to help the company to finance or to help company to manage the asset. So you see, that's why the name itself represent the value of asset. Represent the value of asset. Let's say you take this sukuk, you pay for sukuk for RM 10,000. It shows that the ownership of you in this company asset is RM 10,000. This is what it means by this sukuk, right? See? Okay. So again, what is the difference between bond versus sukuk? Bond is a debt investment. Again, it is a debt. As mentioned, it is a debt. It is under liability, where the investor loan ringgit Malaysia to entity, corporate or government, doesn't matter, which borrow fund defined period of time at a variable or fixed interest rate, depends on the certificate or depends on the agreement. Owner of bond are debt holder or creditor of the issuer. So in other words, if it is bond, it is just giving others a loan, right? So therefore, if giving others a loan, the repayment will be a principal plus interest. And interest, we know under Islamic or under Sharia, it's a non-compliant. It is riba. Okay, so unsecured bond, which is no collateral, most bond is unsecured bond, or we have bond which is a secured bond. It is secured on asset of the issuer. Okay, it is secured. Similar concept like guarantee asset. But again, it's still a debt investment. Okay, it is based on the concept of debt. It's still a debt. and there is still interest, even though there is an asset to back it up. Right? So in order to raise fund from the financial market, firm either approach bank to obtain loan directly, go to bank to obtain loan, normal, right? Or tap into capital market or money market. Okay, or tap into capital market or the money market. All right. Capital market, uh, they issue share, firm can issue share. Capital market or money market, capital market, the company can issue share for long term. Money market, company can sell security for short term. Right. So the former is known as indirect financial market, because firm will deal with intermediaries, whereas it is, for example, a bank. You see, when you go borrow from bank, right, you actually borrow from a depositor, right? So it is a intermediaries. Or if it is a capital market, you go to Bursa Malaysia, right? So there is an intermediaries. Whereas the latter is known as direct financing market, because firm deal directly with the investor. What is the difference with bond or sukuk here? In bond or sukuk, it will lead direct to the firm can sell their bond direct to the investor. That is basically the idea, of course. See? Okay, Sukuk use different underlying contract. Sukuk is different. Sukuk use different underlying contract. As similar with other things, other contract that you learned so far, money market, similar. Even though end user are going to see it as a similar, but the fundamental or the process is different. All right. Sales and lease, sales lease or partnership to ensure the compliance with Sharia and also enable investor to enjoy their return of the investment. Okay, so why there is a sukuk? Okay, so this is the origin of sukuk. Basically, during Umayyad period, this is the storyline. During Umayyad period, soldier were paid using grain or commodity coupon, food, basically food, base food. In Malaysia, it is a rice, right? So over there, it is a grain. Upon maturity, they can present the coupon to collect grain, normally at the end of the month or at the end of the period, right? So some soldier sold this sukuk prior to maturity to obtain cash. Some of them cannot wait until end of the month. They really need something to eat now, for example. So what they do is they sales to obtain cash, right? So Ottoman Empire issue a sham or sahim or share to fund its budget deficit. You see, the government over there during the Ottoman Empire, they issue share because they don't have enough money. The government itself don't have enough money to proceed. Right? The investor will receive annuity as a return for the rest of their life if the investor give the government money. The concept sahim is similar to sukuk, a certificate to represent underlying asset or venture. This for the